Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing great. Friends, in this video, I will talk about some positive news and my thoughts on market going forward, and also we'll try to see where this market is heading in next couple of months. Before I start, friends, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you're investing any money in cryptocurrency or any ICO, please do your own research or consult financial advisor. So friends, if you look at the market cap of entire crypto, it's moved slightly up. Last night, it's currently around 291 billion. It was like 285 or 288 yesterday. So it's slightly green today. Bitcoin is up 2%, Ethereum is up 3%. So yeah, almost green everywhere if you see top 20 or top 100 coin in fact. So yeah, market is looking green, and we had some negative news I think yesterday about the Bithumb. The Korean exchange got hacked, but surprisingly this market did not react too much on that negative news, because everyone have thought that this market might crash just because of the Bithumb hack news, but it didn't fall much. So yeah, that's again very positive, because if you ask my opinion, I think most of the negatives are already factored in the price, and Bitcoin is holding steady around 6,000, 6,400, and that's very good sign for the entire market, because as you know, entire altcoins move along with Bitcoin. Having said that, we are still in bearish mode, and we're not out of the woods yet. So yeah, we need to be very careful. And if you're thinking for the very short term perspective, let's say a week or maybe a quarter or 6 months, I think you should not put a lot of money here. If you really want to play this market, the crypto theme fully, you need to have at least 2 to 5 years of vision. Like I have mentioned, let's take Mission 2020. So let's look at some news. I've got some very positive news, so I'll try to break that for you. Let's move to the news. Yeah, so the guy named Mike Novogratz, so he's a hedge fund manager, so he has recently talked about the future of the crypto space and factors that will bring in institutional investors. So let's try to read and break. So on Tuesday, Mike, that founder and CEO of Galaxy Digital Capital Management, talk about the future of cryptocurrency in the Bloomberg Invest New York Summit. So here are the key takeaways from Mike interview. So we are still in the early stage of the crypto revolution, which he calls Internet 3.0. He believes that 15 years from now, we'll look back and see how the blockchain has changed so many things. That is true. As I have mentioned time and again, that this is going to be the biggest revolution after internet. If you see in today's life, in our daily life, internet has some sort of role in our day-to-day what we do, how we do. Maybe you're doing some shopping, or you're booking tickets or anything, it's all through internet. So internet is disrupting, internet has changed our life, the way we live, and this is going to happen with cryptocurrency and blockchain as well in next 10 to 15 years. So yeah, this is, you need to have the vision. You need to look at the bigger picture, not like the speculators or not like the day traders. You should not be here in the market just to earn quick bucks, by trading. You should have longer vision and longer picture in your mind. Ethereum, which is one of the main leaders in the crypto space, is only 3 years old. If you think of the current market as a 3-year-old child, it is unreasonable to expect it to have the maturity of a PhD student. That's true. If you look at the Ether, I think it came back around 2014 or 2015. So it's just been 3 years, and it has insane market cap, guys. It's more than $50 billion. So still it has done remarkably well for its investors. So within the next 15 years, almost every database will be implemented as a blockchain. As he says, some of them may be private blockchains, but the point is that this move to blockchain technology will happen because it's more effective way of organizing data. So as you all know that blockchain is decentralized, blockchain is transparent, you can track your digital assets, you can store it safely. So yeah, this will disrupt. For the last couple of years, around 98% of the money moving into the crypto market came from retail investor, and institutional investors were not really involved. You didn't need to understand token economics. People were just buying into the hype. It was pure FOMO, and according to Mike, the height of the nonsense, or peak nonsense as he calls, was when celebrities like Paris Hilton started endorsing the ICO. Yeah, so if you remember last year what happened, the market was going nuts and people were flowing tons of money, and there were many crappy ICOs, and the market was overvalued. The tech and the market were not moving along because the tech was behind, and the money, the investors and the price were way ahead of the technology. So it was bound to happen, bound to crash, and that's good that it crashed sooner than later. So for the next leg of the market, you have to understand how tokens work if you want to make money and not just simply invest in every ICO. So like I have said, that now the speculation part is getting over, and going forward only the informed and educated investors will make money. Although most of the existing blockchains are not fast enough yet, there are many young and talented computer scientists all over the world working on a scaling solution. So as you all know that a lot of blockchains, if you talk about Zilliqa or ADA or EOS, are working to scale the blockchain, the transaction per second speed. He's very bullish on EOS. So as you all know, there is immense interest from corporates, from enterprise for the EOS. So EOS is again setting a good example, and I think this is going to compete with Ethereum. And EOS is again a big project. The people behind EOS are brilliant and they understand the blockchain technology very well. He sees the best use case for crypto not as replacement for fiat currency, since he thinks that governments will not want to lose control and regulators will try to prevent this from happening. Instead, he is most excited about the idea of new projects coming during the next few years that disrupt centralized intermediate businesses such as Uber and Airbnb. As an example, he wants us to imagine a decentralized version of Uber. Let's call it D-Uber. So yeah, he is putting that decentralized concept here, and we might have a decentralized version of Facebook or Uber or Twitter, and that will happen because people are fed up and people have now educated that okay, Facebook or Twitter, they are actually using the users data and users are not getting rewarded for that. So yeah, this will happen. Institutions are slowly marching towards acceptance, and there are four things that are making this happen. First, we have development of new crypto index such as the recently announced Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index. We have to remember that history teaches us that usually indexes act as invitation for institution to come and play. For example, consider what happened after the S&P 500 index arrived in 1962, or after Goldman launched the Goldman Sachs Commodity Index in 1992. So he means to say that when index fund launches for any market, it gives market a booster dose. That has happened with S&P. If you take an example of Nifty, when Nifty launched, I think in 90s, and after that it had like I think 10 set of stocks, but now it's more than 50 stocks part of Nifty 50. So yeah, this will happen. Coinbase is also coming with some index fund, and there are so many interest from different funds to launch the index fund. Second, institutions need the safety net provided by big name custodian firms, and although a few have been announced recently, it would still help if established custody players like State Street. Yeah, so this is the big barrier, like I have said many times, that the big money, the institutions are really waiting for the custodian support and the regulations. And third, as far as regulator overhang issue, Mike is not too worried that this will last long, because he doesn't believe that regulators such as the SEC want to stifle innovation, and they just want to protect the retail investor from fraud and market manipulation. He says that he is willing to bet the we'll say Ethereum was probably a security, but it's not anymore. But he won't be surprised if they go after some ICOs. Yeah, like I've said, there are many ICOs who are money grab, and actually they're just the pure white paper ideas, and they're not following the rules. So yeah, they might be under the scanner of SEC. Yeah, so I really don't think the most of the big regulators are trying to kill cryptocurrency or this innovation. Actually, they are trying to support, and they're trying to provide some sort of safety for the retail investors, because in this space there are too many scams happening, too many Ponzi schemes, too many bad actors. So that is somehow not allowing crypto to go into significant rallies, and that's the reason, I guess. So yeah, this is the good news, guys. I think he has tried to analysis. He's trying to analyze how this market will move in future, and I think he is absolutely correct on some of the his thoughts. And also there is another sort of news regarding the custody solutions. So as you all know, that custodian support is a big barrier to entry, and for that Coinbase and some other exchange are working closely with SEC to get an approval to have custody support. So as far as US based crypto exchange are concerned, we know that both Circle and Coinbase are in talks with the SEC in order to be able to offer SEC regulated trading platforms. But Coinbase is much further ahead, since a company it acquired recently, Venovet Marketplace, already holds an alternative trading system license. Coinbase also has a custody service, but Coinbase will still needs to convince the SEC that it meets all of the requirements of the custody rule. According to a Coinbase spokesperson, Coinbase is expecting to receive SEC's approval soon. So this will happen. It might take some more time, guys, but this is going to happen, and this market is not going to last longer like this. We are not going to have this bear market forever. It might take some more months, because last bear market lasted for about 2 years, but this time the market's dynamics are changed completely. If you go back, let's say 3-4 years, and compare Bitcoin and cryptocurrency of today's, you can see the difference. There are a lot of institutional interest. We have future contract trading, we have Goldman, we have too many institutions are trying to jump in, versus if you go back 5 years, the crypto was known for the drugs and all the negative things. But now government is also taking interest and trying to support this revolution. So yeah, to conclude, if you have longer term vision, let's say 2 to 5 years, I think this is the perfect time. You should try to read this space. You should try to understand the future of the space, and then try to take positions in stronger names. I still believe if you're buying cryptocurrency today, it's exactly the same like buying internet stock or Apple or Amazon back in 90s, or buying Indian Nifty stocks back in 90s. So I think this is once in a lifetime opportunity, and we should not miss. We should all be financially free if we have longer term vision, and if we should not fall prey for the penny or for the smaller coins or for the fraud projects. So I think this is the news I wanted to cover today. Yeah, there is another news, Goldman exploring crypto derivatives. So again, it's positive. All the institutions are trying to jump in. So yesterday, Goldman CEO Lloyd confirmed his positive stance on cryptocurrencies, claiming that the adoption of digital coins like Bitcoin could happen similarly to the adoption of paper fiat money which replaced gold and silver coins. Yeah, so back in ages, if you go back, we had silver, gold, and this was treated as a currency. But after that, the US Fed took all the gold reserves, took all the golds from the people, and they came up with the dollar, and they said this is going to backed by gold, but this is not the case anymore. Yeah, so things changes, and in every 20, 30 years we have some sort of revolution, so we need to be part of the next revolution. So this is it for now, guys. A market looking good. I am expecting some relief rally maybe going forward in late June or July, but this should not be taken as a financial advice. We are still not out of the woods, but the downside looks protected. For me, I think around 6,000, 6,400 Bitcoin is holding very steadily. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.